So we have made our way inside. You first walk in, of course, you go to the gift shop. So check this out. Some legendary tickets.
What's your name on?
Those are really cool. Those are like puzzle pieces. But let's take a quick look around the gift shop, shall we? They even got baby gear over here, that's for sure. Kyle Busch, M&M's. How many think he's going to Hendrick next year? Where do you think Kyle Busch is going to end up next year? Do you think he's going to stay where he's at? Or do you think he's going to Hendrick? Or where? Put your answers in the comment below. I'd love to hear it. Cowboy hats, trucker hats. Boy, I like that shirt. Home of the Southern 500. We will be back here next month for the Southern 500. Already got our tickets, our pit passes, and we'll be good to go. Here's the Darlington Raceway Stock Car Museum. Let's go. Let's start our tour today looking at the track. Too Tough to Tame, Darlington Raceway. If you've never heard the story, the reason for the odd shape of Darlington is that little patch of water right there that when they wanted to build the racetrack, the landowner said, yep, you can build, but you can't touch my little pond over there. So they didn't, and that's what caused Darlington Raceway to have the shape of the track that it has. And back in the old days, Dale Earnhardt used to go fishing over in that pond. I have heard. Please do not touch Johnny Mance, number 98. He drove this 1950 Plymouth to victory in the very first NASCAR Superspeedway event, the 1950 Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway. Here's Mr. Florence himself, Cale Yarborough's number 11 Busch car. Cale Yarborough is a local hometown hero here. He owns, to this day, a Honda dealership in Florence. So if you need to send any autograph request, Cale Yarborough Honda, Florence, South Carolina. Right here is Bob Welburn's number 49, Fred Gaddy Chevrolet out of Lenoir. One thing I noticed about this car is notice the back seat and even the passenger side is completely covered up. I have not seen that in other cars that we have visited in museums. Darlington International Raceway number 87 Buck Baker car, Griffin Motors. Now this one here has a really good story. This 1949 Oldsmobile is believed to be the oldest existing original NASCAR race car. This could be the one right here. How cool. They even put the mechanic's name there, Rob McLean. Give him a shout out. And right here we got the Jim Reed number 7. 305 horsepower. Now we'll take a look at the back wall here. As you've probably seen, you got some historical photos from days gone by. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you are enjoying this video. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so. Ring that bell for notifications, because we got lots and lots more videos coming your way. If you have any memories of the Darlington Raceway, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I always love hearing your stories. Check that out. Pretty awesome. So this one right here, twin H power, was from the 1950s Hudson Hornet. At the time, it was the most powerful engine they had. Now we're going to come out on this side and we're going to take a tour. And there's the great state of South Carolina. There we go. And we're going to start on this side with Smoke, Tony Stewart's car. Mobile One. Stewart Haas racing there. Number 11, Denny Hamlin, Sports Clip. And right here in front of the Sports Clip car is a bench. It says, in honor of Richard Petty's 80th birthday, 3-time Darlington Raceway winner, from his friends at STP. How cool is that? Happy 80th birthday, Richard Petty. Win Dixie, number 60. This is a 1997 Ford Thunderbird. Mark Martin. I've always liked Mark Martin in his racing career. He was one of the best. And we all know the number 43. There's some nice artwork drawn. Let's zoom in on it so you can see a little bit better of the Petty family. How cool is that? And we come right back to Smoke, the Crown Royal number 20, Tony Stewart. So it's not a very big museum in here, but it's sweet. It's awesome. It's been here for a long time. I've always enjoyed coming here. I brought all my children here as they were growing up. Now I'm bringing you along. 1993 Ford Thunderbird. One of the last cars that Davey Allison drove before his death. On loan courtesy of International Motorsports Hall of Fame, Talladega, North Carolina. So if you were a Davey Allison fan, this one's for you. Aveline Ford Thunderbird. And over here we got a 426 CI, the number 5. David Pearson. Now, the manager here at Darlington Speedway, she says David Pearson is Mr. Darlington. I said, yeah, but don't let Kel Yarborough hear that. And of course, as always, almost every museum we go to, there's a number 3 Goodrich Chevrolet. Now right here is the number 15 Bobby Allison car. Mike Curb, Curb Records, National Engineering. Now again, we're going to take a look at the photos a little bit closer that's on the back wall so you guys can enjoy that. And then we'll get on the other side and look at those cars. As I mentioned earlier, today is Tuesday, August the 2nd, 2022. Wilkesboro Speedway is officially racing today. They've got it up and running. If you have not seen my video from Wilkesboro, please make sure you go check it out. I got to walk around the track. Dale Jr. was entering. He was actually right behind me in the car as we were pulling up. But I took a walk around the outside of the track to show everybody what it was looked like as they were still working to get it going. There's a statue of Mr. Bob Colvin on the board of directors the year I was born, 1967. Ray Hendricks, Martinsville Speedway. Some good old race suits here. There's a trophy. Mr. Jerry Cook, there's some old racing helmets. But speaking of my video that I did at Wilkesboro, if you have not gone back and taken a look at some of the earlier videos that I filmed and posted on here, please make sure you take a moment and go check them out. We went to the Bristol dirt race this year in the rain at night. And of course, we've got all the race shops, Stuart Haas, Kyle Busch Motorsports, all posted on here as well. Everybody but JR Motorsports, because there's not much that you're allowed to film at Junior's Race Shop, except for the gift shop. Understand. Cale Yarborough hat. Matching car. 1976, top 3 drivers. Cale Yarborough, Richard Petty, and Benny Parsons. But if you ever come to Darlington, if you're ever driving close to Darlington, take a few moments, stop by here, Darlington Raceway Museum. Like I said, $8 to get in, $5 if you're a veteran or military. Children are free. Good people. But each one of these drivers, each one of these Hall of Fame members, there's Bill France, there's his jacket, has a story to tell. And you can come in here, like I said, pick your favorite driver. You can sit here and listen to every single one of them. There's Wendell Scott's cowboy hat up there. That's more like a little wicker hat, like he's ready to go out on the beach. 2001 inductee A.J. Foyt. There's an A.J. Foyt autograph right there on the bottom. Glenn Wood, Wood Brothers Racing. That's who David Pearson raced for, the Wood Brothers. There's Harry Gant, Mr. Taylorsville, North Carolina. Skull Bandit Racing. There's a die cast and a jacket. Darrell Waltrip. Western Autos, Parts America. Let's see what Darrell has to say.
One of the most colorful and most talented drivers in the history of the sport, Darrell Waltrip won 3 NASCAR Cup championships during his 29-year career. His 84 career victories came on an assortment of racetracks, from super speedways such as Daytona and Talladega to the rough and tumble bull rings of Bristol, Martinsville, North Wilkesboro, Richmond, and Nashville. In prize money.
Just another little snippet of Darrell Waltrip. Here's Humpy Wheeler, boxer, elephants. Humpy Wheeler had a great career, it looks like. There's Harry Hyde. There's his headphones and his hat, Folgers. The late Tim Richmond. A couple of old Milwaukee and Folger hats. Paul Sawyer, Butch Lindley. Bruton Smith recently passed away. Speedway. Speedway Children's Charities, that's what I know him for, but he was also all the speedways. Speedway International Speedway, that's it. Used to run stock in International Speedway Court, but they did away with that a few years ago. Alan Kowicki, Hooters Pro Cup. Always a fan of Hooters Pro Cup. Junior Johnson, Joe Littlejohn. So you can see, I'm just taking you around. Red Byron, Rex White, Benny Parsons. This place is loaded with it. And like I said, you could spend half a day just taking a listen. You can listen to every single one of them. There's Rusty back there. There's Terry Labonte. There's Ralph Moody. Fred Lorenz. Ah, Mr. the King, Richard Petty. Let's listen to a little bit of Richard Petty, shall we?
Richard Petty, NASCAR's king of stock car racing, established driving records that will likely never be broken. In a career that began in 1958, Petty went on to win 200 races, including 10 straight among his 27 wins in 1967. It was that year also that Richard passed his father, Hall of Famer Lee Petty, as NASCAR's all-time win leader. His victory in Darlington's Rebel 400 was his 55th, pushing him past Lee, who...
Here we have a little Rick Hendrick, Bill France Sr. There's the coach, Joe Gibbs. There's Penske, Roger. Maurice Petty. Barney Hall, there's his microphone right up there. Barney Hall. Tommy Houston. Neil Bonnet. Jerry Cook. So you see, every one of them, you can listen to some history on them. You can see some of their memorabilia. Fonty Flock. There's his racing shorts. That's interesting. Ralph Earnhardt. There's an old plaque. Because of the glare, I cannot see what's going on there, but maybe you guys can. Zoom in a little bit for you. Continuing on, there's Richard Childress. He don't have anything in his yet. They need to get on that. 2012. There's Dale Jarrett, Mr. UPS, but this one is Quality Care. Jake Elder, Jack Roush. There's this famous hat right there. There's the great Mark Martin, inducted in 2017. There's a Valvoline race suit. And there's Robert Yates, inducted in 2010. Hall of Honor, Miss Bridget Holloman. She was here for many, many, many years and just recently retired a few years ago. She was a big part of the Darlington Raceway here. There's $1 Million Bill, Bill Elliott. Ricky Rudd, 2012 inductee. There's some racing shoes and some gloves. Tony Stewart, Smoke. And there we go. The future of Hendrick Motorsports, Jeff Gordon, inducted into 2019. Ray Evernham, but up here was the DuPont race suit and a Winston hat. That's a Winston Million. Now we just said $1 Million Bill Elliott, and there's the Winston Million hat. Check this out. Here in Darlington, they actually have the car Bill Elliott drove when he won the Winston Million. The Coors number 9. Let's take a look on the inside. How cool is that? The first NASCAR driver to win $1 million. Sweet ride. Number 9, Bill Elliott. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Winner of the Southern 500. Winner of the $1 million bonus. Matter of fact, there he is getting ready to cross the start-finish line. Check out that trophy. This was the NASCAR trophy given to Bobby Isaacs, 1971. But let's get back to $1 million Bill for a moment, shall we? Zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole photo. Here in the back room, they've got some encased trophies. Curtis Turner, Richard Petty, and Fireball Roberts trophies. Fireball Roberts pole position. Richard Petty fastest qualifier. And Curtis Turner pole position. National Motorsports Press Association Richard Petty Driver of the Year Award. Just looking at it, Bobby Allison, David Pearson, Richard Petty, Waltrip, and there's some more updated ones there. Of course, Harvick, Stewart, Johnson, Kyle Larson 2021. Pretty cool. So we are making our way out of the museum. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to the wonderful staff here at the Darlington Raceway for letting us take a walk and give each and every one of you a quick tour of this wonderful museum. Now, I did ask, back in the day you could go out and see the track. They can't do that right now. Budget cuts and lack of staffing, and then they're also trying to prepare for the big weekend coming up in September, so there's no access to the track, but we are going to ride around and take a look at the pond and some other sites that's been here for quite some time. Now make sure that you visit the website here at Darlington Raceway, because they do have special events all throughout the year, just like the other tracks. It is in this room right here that I brought my son Jason to meet Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman did a Q&A session right here in front of the photo of the track right after they did some testing. If I can find those old photos, I'm going to share them with you. It's pretty cool. We got to watch a whole bunch of black and silver stripped down race cars test around the track. One car might just have the simple, like this one, number 11. The other car just might have Martin written on it, but they were very stripped down. They were just out here to test. Ryan Newman was here to be a part of it, and we got to meet him and do a Q&A session afterwards. Really cool. Make sure you check out Darlington Raceway's website. I'll put the link right below. DJ Wayne, thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave happy comments. Let's go back outside in the heat. Thanks. We are outside the entrance to the museum. The entrance to the museum is now on what's called the back stretch. But in the early days of NASCAR here in Darlington, where the museum is now was where the start-finish line was. Right across the street, you see this old building that I'm focusing on? That's where they used to sell merchandise. Before they had all the nice 18-wheelers loaded down with merch, the race car drivers set up shop right here to sell t-shirts and everything else you can think of. As we are riding in the car, this is turn 2, coming out onto the back stretch. We're in the car, we got the AC running if you can hear it. Sorry, it is still very, 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 very hot outside. So we got the AC kicking while we take you along the ride of the outside of the track. Again, thank you to the wonderful staff here, Darlington Raceway, for letting us go in, take a look around the museum, see what we could see as they prepare for the Southern 500.